And we welcome you to the first inaugural Rink Rat Games. I'm Nik Roche, joined by my broadcast partner, Wyatt Draves. And Wyatt, we seem to have a hell of a game set up for us here as the Phoenix and the Snowmen are set to face off in the inaugural Winter Classic.
Yeah, Nick, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I wish I was on the ice right now, or, well, lack thereof, I guess the ground. I'm not super familiar with ball hockey, so this will be a learning experience for me. But unfortunately, I wasn't invited to this game because I live in Wisconsin. So,
Well, living north of the border certainly doesn't help my case either. I'm with you there. We didn't make the cut for the roster invitations, but that's all right. We got the broadcast booth to ourselves.
yeah, it is nice up here. And I will say, Chris Mayer could have bought my plane ticket for me if he really wanted me out there, but it's fine.
It's good to be wanted in the broadcast booth.
The guys are about to start warming up here any second, but let's kick it back to when we had a little bit of a skills competition going on the outdoor rink. As you can see there, weaving through quench bottles because apparently cones weren't heavy enough in this weather. Nick, what do you think?
Well, it's always good to have a little skills competition to show off what we're working with on both teams. And even the goalies are getting involved there as we see Jake Meduno stick handling his way through it.
That's foul, Nick. I tell you, goalies should tend the goal. I hate to see something like that.
Hate to see the stick handling. And Wyatt, our official for this evening's game, is none other than AHL referee of over 1,000 games, Ryan Frazier, son of NHL referee Carrie Frazier. What do you think about that?
That is wonderful. I hear Ryan is a cop of some sort, so sure to keep these guys in check out there. There is no fighting allowed in the inaugural Winter Classic here. Ryan is also known for officiating the Bruins Flyers alumni game last year, so I hate to say it might be a little bit of a fall for grace for our official today, but we're happy he's here nonetheless.
Well, it's good to have somebody out there policing these players, especially Chris Mayer. I hear he's looking for it.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris is looking for something, but a fight is probably not it.
Probably not going to happen here tonight. There's no fighting is allowed. And we're just about ready. Phoenix and the Snowmen are out there getting ready.
I was never really one for warm-ups. I prepare before the game, and I show up hot. I don't need all the pageantry of warm-ups. I don't know about you, but I guess whatever to get these guys ready for what should be. I mean, for some of these guys, might be the game of their life.
A steady hand from the jump, as we see. That is Wyatt Draves. I was always one for the warm-ups, a quick little stretch before the on-ice product. But as we see there, Paul Jackson and his team are gearing up to get ready to go.
I will say, Nick, these jerseys are looking pretty decent. We had them teased a couple times before today, and these Snowmen jerseys. I don't know about you, but I think I'm leaning Snowmen here. Just based off vibes with the jerseys. I don't know. What do you think?
Me personally, I am a sucker for a simple yet color coordinated design. As nice as the Snowland jerseys are, I do appreciate a good red and black and orange jersey. I'm going with the Phoenix here to start, but who knows?
That is wonderful. We're practically at odds with each other already, and we haven't even started the game. So surely this will not provide any problems with the broadcast, Nick.
I had a great sun in already before we even dropped the puck.
Yeah, ball. Oof. Ball hockey. Come on now. I will say the goalies don't look bad. I've played goalie quite a bit recently and across my whole life, really. And I was curious as to how ice hockey goalie can transition to ball hockey. It looks like more of an upright. You're not going down into any sort of hybrid or anything like that with the butterfly. So kind of a throwback to the 80s, wouldn't you say?
I'm looking forward to seeing. I personally agree with you there. I'm looking forward to see if we see anybody going to stack. I know Bobby, as they see him stretching out there, getting ready to go, is certainly the goalie type. I'm interested to see if he'll stack had a save here.
Yeah, Bobby is someone who I could see having the wires get crossed and just do something stupid out there. But I'm here for it. I like my goalies just a little bit of crazy. I don't know about you.
Shades of Ivan Fedotov. Maybe we'll see out of Bobby tonight.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not sure. We don't have the heights in front of us, but I would have to say Fedotov has at least 8 inches on Chris Bobuck.
I would say it's pretty solid estimation.
And keep your head out of the gutter with that one, Nick. I'm talking height. That's not what this is about, anyways. We're here for a good, clean ball hockey game, and it looks like we're gonna get that. I will say I see an alarming amount of guys out here right now who are not wearing helmets. Uh, from experience, I would say that is very should I say, short minded. You can always control your own stick, but you never know what the guy next to you plans on doing. And I don't know about you, Nick, but I prefer my concussions non existent, really.
Well, somebody who's never been concussed in his life, we can agree with you there.
I will add, though, if you'd care to do a little bet with me, Nick, over under 2.5 hamstrings pulled today.
I could definitely see that. I'll take the under on that.
As a goaltender myself, I would have to say your chance of pulling a groin is higher on, dry ground, but if you avoid going down into butterfly, I think you'll be all right.
And here we see Phoenix captain James Torrillo. He's one of our very, very valuable pieces in Maher Media. And here we see he's a consummate professional. This is why he's team captain. He's going around to his entire team, his players, fist bumping them, rallying them together.
All right, and as we see the player introductions begin to roll across the screen, just wanted to give a shout out to everyone who has worked so hard behind the scenes and each and every one of these players to make this inaugural Winter Classic happen. There's so much that goes into constructing a game like this, and all hands on deck, and we're sure to have a great game in store. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, for sure, Wyatt. I mean, I'm truly honored to be able to call the game ahead. A lot of hard work and dedication went into this, and I think the game is just going to show what happens when hardworking, dedicated individuals put their minds to things.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. My personal favorite player, number 91 for the Snowmen, Cody Soda. And as you see there on the very last slide, a whole frame to himself is our captain of the Snowman, Chris Mayer. Let's just keep it civil, all right? All right, and as the Phoenix and Snowmen enter the rink here today, I do want to point out that Maher Media secured a fog machine for the player introductions, and I have to say that's pretty cool. That's how I like my player intros. I don't know about you, Nick.
Certainly adding to the excitement of the inaugural Rink Rat Games here. It's certainly a good look on Maher Media. They take these kinds of things very seriously. They're very proud of the work they've done here, as they should be.
Rundown of the rules for this Winter Classic. This will consist of 4-on-4 hockey across three 15-minute periods. Offsides will be the blue line. There is no floating blue, as is traditional with ball hockey. Icing at the red line. Penalties in the first and second period will result in a 4-on-3 power play that will last a minute and a half. And third period penalties will result in an automatic penalty shot. I do not envy the goaltenders there. That is insane. Anyways, basic hockey penalties apply, such as charging, delay of game, elbowing, hooking, and spearing, all the basic stuff. And as we mentioned before, there will be no fighting, to the chagrin of many and to my disappointment.
And coming to you live from 213 Bowens Lane, Woodbridge, Pennsylvania, opening face-off of the inaugural Rink Rat Games between the Snowmen and the Phoenix. Here we see the Phoenix have won the opening draw. The defenseman for the Phoenix. Bank play off of the boards. We see there.
What a great play by the netminder, Chris Bobuck there, just shovel that puck to the corners. Ball, excuse me. That'll be an issue the rest of the broadcast, mind you, so please be patient with us.
We're trying our best here, boys. This is the first ball hockey game. This Paul Jackson with a shot out front is blocked off by Jake Modunio. Another shot goes wide into the corner. Jackson in there, wrestling for that puck along the boards, passes out front, goes back to the other corner. The Snowmen have the Phoenix on their heels here early. Why?
Yeah, the Snowmen definitely have him hemmed in here. I will say, peculiar choice for Jake Meduno there before. Looked like he was trying to go down into the butterfly, but instead he was just on his knees. Just a
Jackson, one time club save, Ladino. Cutting you up there,
Oh,
Wyatt.
it's not important, Nick. The play-by-play takes precedent over whatever stupid comments that I may come up with today. So we'll just follow that rule going forward.
Tyler Wagner now will pass back to the blue line, is sent back in to the snowman zone as Bobby regroups the puck and sends it back for Connor Stratton. Stratton now looking for a seam pass. He gets it up the ice or up the rink now and picked off by the Phoenix as they storm back the other way. And now it's the Snowmen.
The yellow helmet on Julian Sarny is absolutely foul. I'm sorry to intrude there, but go on.
Certainly an interesting choice using a yellow helmet as we have a goal here now from the Snowmen. They take the early 1-0 lead.
Not quite sure who put that one home, but we get a replay anyways. So
It appears it was Dalton
Frosty
Foster.
from Philly, a video content creator, gets the scoring opened up right away. Looks like he's wearing pajama pants under his shorts there. Interesting choice, but clearly he's the first goal scorer, so I guess I can't comment too much on his apparel choice.
The Snowmen again when the face off. They should get right back to work as Foster makes himself open and he receives. Oh, we have a stoppage in play here now as the ball was sent out of play by the Phoenix and into the benches.
I will say great number choice by Dalton Foster, by the way. Number 11 will always have a special place in my heart.
Number 11, little Travis Konechny, and homages to other great NHL players, I'm sure. As that ball is now sent back out to the far side by Jake Meduno, and the Phoenix comes storming back as number 91 for the Phoenix, Leon Boudreau, is getting after it. He's been all over the rink thus far into the game. We have a stoppage of play here now.
Yeah, that was great speed to carry it into the offensive zone by Boudreau there. Boudreau, of course, is a model, recording artist, and performer. Uh, that's a lot, mixed bag on the resume there, but I will say I looked him up on the internet before we started, Nick, and he's a handsome man, so serves him right being a model.
Paul Jackson looking for a play, pass the puck. Save made by Meduno. Certainly a hard one there is the Snowmen have yet to let up on pressure. Jackson now out front. Looks for the bank play. Gets after it, grabs his own rebound, sends it out front. Meduno will cover up.
Yeah, after that first goal, I was a little worried about Jake Meduno in net, but he seems to have settled in nicely for the Phoenix thus far.
Certainly seems to have his legs about him here now as the Phoenix look to get back. But once again, the Snowmen pick off the passes in the neutral zone and send it right back in. There we see number 93 for the Snowmen, the captain, Chris Maher, looking to get his team back in as he's out there with Paul Jackson. Two founders of Maher Media are looking to do some damage here now as they send it right back in, just out of the reach of Paul Jackson, set back down in neutral ice. Here we have maybe a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Snowman got back just in time. His shot was sent into the corner by the one they call Bobby. Certainly been keeping his team in it thus far.
Yeah, he looks very alert today. I will say both goaltenders haven't looked bad, but Bobby with the shutout so far has looked rather impressive.
Jake Budino there flashes the ball to make another save. He certainly kept the Phoenix within striking distance of this game. As we all know, one shot could change the outlook of a game. The Snowmen now certainly looking to take advantage of this continued pressure. Sarny sends a floating puck in, and that's saved, and Maher now behind the net. It's got Jackson out front. Maher is stripped of the ball, sending it back. It's one of the Phoenix players, and the Snowmen get it right back. Maher now Back behind the net looking for a bank play. He's got Jackson out in front. Sarney on the line. Baird battling in the corner. Sends it around. Gets it out to Connor Stratton. Snowmen, Stratton now. Back out to Jackson. Jackson dealing with pressure. Jackson shakes off the check. Sends the puck floating in. Maher was looking for the tip. Didn't get it. And now we have a breakaway. As the Phoenix look to strike here now, they're stripped again. Sarney. Sarah is stripped of the puck, sends it back in. Ball. And we have a goal. As the Phoenix have tied things up. Bobby couldn't make that save, and we have a tie game here now.
That
As the
is
Phoenix.
certainly a turn of events there. I mean, the Phoenix were really hemmed in there, and then they get the play in their offensive zone, kind of in transition, and capitalize on it. And just like that, we have a 1-1 game, Nick.
Certainly interesting outlook on the game now as the Phoenix once again look to start things back up as they seem to have a little bit of life now. Shot from the point didn't make it to the net, and that shot from James Torrillo, from the looks of it, caused a little bit of traffic out front. Bobby didn't seem to know where it was.
Yeah, it looked like
Phoenix now
Bobby was
looking to
struggling with rebound control there. That one squirted away from him and kind of rolled right into the crease. I'm surprised nothing really came of that.
Phoenix now controlling play in the neutral zone. Here they come again. Captain James Torrillo, drop pass. Goes out front. Didn't get very far. The Phoenix come right back in. A little bit of a bobbling ball there as it's sent back in on Bobby, who just controls it with the stick, sends it out, and the Snowmen now look to get their game going. But once again, at the blue line of Phoenix, they clear it back down the ice. Snowmen now come barreling in. Phoenix once again picking off passes. There we see number 25 for the Phoenix, Bryce Kraus. Bryce K official. He's the one wearing the GoPro. So he chases the puck in now. Got it in the corner. Looks for a bank play, reminiscent of the Flyers rookie, Matvey Mishkov, always looking for the bank plays. I reckon we'll see a lot of those this afternoon.
Yeah, no, there's quite a bit of skill discrepancy between Mitchkoff and just about anybody out here. But, you know, in ball hockey, the ball can take a lot of different bounces. It might be a little bit more predictable than a puck, but still not a bad option.
So we see there that Dalton Foster, out there again with Don Teruzzo, looking to get the Snowmen back into a 1-goal lead as the Phoenix have been controlling play of late.
That was
see now Phoenix are
great play on the
making a
boards
change.
there. Great play on the boards there by Leon Boudreau.
Phoenix win the faceoff. They come barreling in. Back into the corner it goes. Phoenix now walking the line. Pass out. Shot in by Bryce K. Another shot by Bryce K.
They score.
And we have a goal. I thought Bobby had saved that, but Bryce K with a goal. That's 2-1 Phoenix.
I will have to say, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, Nick, but it seems like Bobby's having a little bit of a hard time with rebound control with this ball. I'm sure he's used to a puck, maybe a little bit more firm of pads. Will allow for that ball to really ricochet off your pads, and if you're not careful, you can lead to goals like that one.
He's certainly having trouble tracking those bunts once he makes the original save, but he's got work to do.
Maybe he has more in common with Ivan Fedotov than we thought. I mean,
shades of Fedotov. Shades of Fedotov having slight trouble tracking those pucks. It's the Phoenix now look to get a 2-goal lead. Here they come again. 2-on-1. Sarney now looking to break up that pass. There it goes into the corner. Phoenix now well in control of play over the last 5 minutes or so. Is another shot. Bobby has to make the pad save on that. Looks like the Snowmen have their top line out. Sarney, Jackson, Stratton are out there.
No trouble the other way here.
Trouble back the other way. Maher, good job to break up that play, but once again, the Phoenix send it in deep, and they look to get set up. Puck, ball goes out of play.
Yeah, that'll be trouble all day for us, but we'll make do. Puck and ball are practically the same thing, so
We're certainly working on that, folks. Bear with us. As the Snowmen now come barreling up, as that's Stratton stripping the Phoenix of the puck. Stratton now looking to get in, and a save made by Meduno as the puck now, or ball, into the net, and the Phoenix looking to break out. Bank play there. Phoenix looking to gain more sustained pressure, and they're going to do it. It's a one-on-one. Ball's in deep. Sarni after it for the Phoenix, or for the Snowmen, my bad. So
Oh,
pass out front couldn't be handled.
you'd like to see the Phoenix connect on that pass. Had a member of their
Certainly a pass
team,
that'll be haunting.
yeah, right open in the slot there and just out of
You
reach.
saw there, Leon Boudreau was asking for the pass from the blue line, certainly looking to one-time it from the blue line. The puck now sent right back in. Bobby makes the blocker save on that one. Go for another line change as the ball goes sailing out of play.
Number 28, Dom Torrillo is coming out there for the Snowmen, by the way, Nick. He's one of our prospect guys here at Maher Media and also a member of the Shippensburg University club hockey team.
Certainly does a lot of good work there and is certainly letting his prowess as a member of the university team show here. So the Phoenix now are back in transition. They're looking to cause chaos in the Snowmen zone. Good chop block to break up that play as Taruza now goes barreling up the rink as he gets the puck in deep. Taruza now after it. Bryce K collect behind his own net. And pass out to Torrillo. Torrillo now. That pass is blocked up and they send it right back into the Phoenix's zone. Bryce K once again back behind his own net to collect it. Sends the ball out.
I'd like to see Bryce a little bit more patient there, stick with it behind the net and take some time as there's a goal there by the Snowmen to tie it up.
Once again, we have a tie game. The Snowmen tie this thing at 2. As it was that line that was causing some chaos earlier. As Taruza was out there, and once again, we find ourselves with Dalton Foster out there.
He's certainly
looking to
shaping up to be player of the game thus far. That's one Meduno would probably like to have back. Maybe a defensive lapse there, but Foster just beats him clean with the
Torrillo now goes barreling in. Almost got the Phoenix back on a 1-goal lead as the Snowmen now control play in their zone. Pass out to center ice. Blocked off, and Phoenix come barreling back in.
Oh, don't forget
Pass
the ball.
couldn't be entirely handled. Phoenix had it regrouped there, would have been offsides. Phoenix now back in their zone. Bank play from there. Bryce K once again makes the move. Bobby read it this time. Looks to gain out into the ice. That goes sailing through the crease. Bobby now set up in his net. So the Phoenix look to get set up offensively. Broken on by the Snowmen. Here comes Foster again. Foster's a backhand save applied.
Looking for the first period, Hattie, Nick.
Would have been certainly an interesting game if Foster put the Snowmen on his back, as he's done so far. And the Snowmen now back in transition. They come barreling in. Broken up by the Phoenix. Snowmen looking to gain control as the Phoenix now come barreling in. 2-on-1. Bryce K out there couldn't collect the rebound off Bobby. Shot back. Bobby saved. It looked like it may have been blocked out front.
That was really a great angle that
Bryce
my camera
K now
picked up there, Nick. That was a work of art.
This is James Torrillo and Bryce K, the dangerous line for the Phoenix there. Their top line certainly are out there now looking to cause a little more mayhem for Bobby. Seem to put themselves back on top by a goal. Bryce K now does the work, and the Snowmen take control. That pass is blocked off, and they lose control out center ice as the Phoenix gain it once again. You see the change off there.
I'd like to see more tape to tape passes here, Nick. I don't know about you, but seem to be a little.
There's certainly a north-south game thus far. Not many very collective passes. That's shot sails high on Bobby. He makes the save, and that top line for the Snowmen come barreling back in as Stratton, Maher, and Jackson are out there. Stratton, the shot, and the goal.
Wow. You see, Nick, that's the difference between D1 ice hockey and D3 ice hockey. Connor Stratton, a D1 player from Westchester, Julian Sarney, the D3 player. One's wearing a purple helmet and one's wearing a yellow helmet, so that's how we will distinguish them going forward. But yeah, D1 hockey, pretty good.
Certainly interesting style choices on the uniforms there. The Snowmen once again, Kate, are maintaining control, and that line stays out. Sarney, Stratton, Maher, and Jackson as they look to get it going again. As the Snowmen are once again picked off. That puck stays in deep on Bobby. He's going to control, and Stratton now from his own end.
That was a very
Stratton barreling up on
nonchalant
the
move there
backhand.
by Bobby in goal.
He's got one of the Phoenix pestering him from behind, as Wagner was the one trying to break up that play. Hopefully set himself in on a breakaway as the Phoenix come barreling in now. Phoenix out swings wide, shot, and that's blocked off by Bobby as well. Goes into the corner. Once again, the Phoenix are maintaining some good pressure here. They're going to want to keep this up as much as possible.
You know, Nick,
Phoenix.
we're learning very early on here who has been in the gym doing
And
cardio.
we have a goal. This game, once again, is tied as the Phoenix have knotted things up once again, this time at 3. The goal coming from
Tyler Wagner.
The Phoenix was scored by Tyler Wagner. He's a player that's certainly had his legs about him today.
Great pass.
As that beautiful backhand pass out from behind the net sails out front. Once again, we're knotted at 3. What a first period this has been.
Yeah, those are the types of plays you'll need to be making on a consistent basis here if you want to walk away with a win today.
And the Phoenix again look to bounce back in to the zone. Miller is looking to send his team back up again. Bobby now makes the save. Shades of Ivan Fedotov there, the sprawling glove save. And the puck goes wide. The Phoenix certainly trying to pour it on here now, giving themselves a 1-goal lead again for the 3rd time in this game. And we have a face-off draw here now as the Snowmen win it, send it down the length of the rink. And that'll do it for the first period. As we now have ourselves a tie 3-3 game.
Yeah, not exactly a banner night for the goaltenders thus far, Nick. 3-3 through 1 period. That is that's brutal.
Second period action as we get set for face-off once again. Here we see the top line out for the Snowmen. It's Paul Jackson, Chris Maher, along with Connor Stratton and Julian Sarney from Westchester University. And the Snowmen looking to gain control here as we see the wheels on Bryce K as he turned on the Jets. Look to get that puck in and send the Phoenix up 4-3 as face-off won by Torrillo. Sent down the ice. We have Connor Stratton in after it as Jake Meduno couldn't control that rebound. Stratton now digging for it. Save's been made as the play is blown dead. Stratton's been all over the ice. Why he's certainly looking to add to his goal collection here.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And as a defenseman, I'm sort of surprised he's jumping up into the play as willingly as he is, but I'm sure with 4-on-4 hockey, things are a little bit different. Ball hockey, things are extreme.
Certainly shades of Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes there, driving the offensive plays as defensemen as the Phoenix now have a 2-on-1. And that's broken up by Sarney. Jackson now, backhand pass up. He's got Maher. Maher, backhand pass out. Sarney, the shot save made by Meduno. Or was the save made? It wasn't. We have a goal.
That's
Julian Sarney is scored.
That is a great play by Chris Maher there. That is a lovely pass off the backhand.
Backhand pass out.
Finds his guy in front, and our guy, Lemonhead, Yellow Bucket, Julian Sarney. It's a great goal.
For our younger audience, they may know Lemonhead more from Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. Although, who do I know? That may have been just a me thing. As the Snowmen win the face-off back, the Phoenix have their top line, Torrillo, Bryce K out there, Torrillo now back in his defensive end. He's got Maher on and Torrillo now with the puck, or with the ball. Sends that pass out. As there we hear the goal call being announced. Julian Sarny with his first of the evening for the Snowmen.
That play by Soda man there, that's what I want to see more of in this game. Slow the game down in a 4-3 score. You can't be forcing everything and letting things go to fate. Try to control the game as much as you can. That's a great responsible play by Cody Soda.
You certainly don't want the ice to open up too much here, as you're trying to maintain a lead as Bobby makes a save there off of Torrillo. Torrillo now, once again, from the blue line. Another shot sent in on Bobby. He makes the save as the Phoenix are trying to get themselves another tying goal here. Paul Jackson now the Snowman since the ball out the rink. He goes and gets it out, gets after it himself. He's chasing his rebound into the corner, picked off by Chris Maher. Chris Maher now shot in on goal is saved by Meduno. And once again, the Snowmen looking to get themselves a 2-goal lead, but Meduno says no.
That's such a smart shot by Maher there.
Incredible.
With traffic in front, just shoot a wrister from the point, get something going in front. And Paul Jackson almost capitalized there, and I believe there was a one-timer opportunity as well. So that was a great sequence by the boys in white.
Incredible save made there by Meduno as well. That can't go unnoticed. Desperation play almost from the looks of it as the ball's once again set up. Used to be a battle for it at center. As the Phoenix come away with it.
Yeah,
Phoenix now looking to get it out of their zone.
Meduno has looked unconventional so far, but I guess we can't question his ways. He's kept this game close, and that's all that matters.
He certainly kept his team in it as a shot is sent in, tipped off the sneaker of one of the Phoenix players that was out front there. So the Phoenix now looking to gain the pressure on Jake Miller at the blue line. We have the replay here. Maher with that shot through traffic, saved by Meduno. And we have Jackson out front, had it on his backhand, and then the shot there. Lead, it was from Sarny.
That is extraordinary. Keep this game at 1 goal.
Phoenix won the face-off. Phoenix now winning the face-off draw. That puck lost in traffic back behind the net. Wyatt, do you believe we'd see a lacrosse-style goal here? I'm not sure how that would work with ball hockey. Maybe a little easier to control it than a puck. Maybe harder because it's a rolling ball, but who knows?
Yeah, I think it would be easier to get it up onto the stick, harder for it to stay on the stick. Certainly a tough save for the goaltender to make, but I'm not sure we have enough skill on the ice to see a maneuver like that pulled off today. But I've eaten my words before on this broadcast, and I wouldn't doubt it would happen again.
Neither would I, as the Phoenix once again come barreling in. That's picked off by Julian Sarny, affectionately nicknamed Lemonhead, as we heard earlier from my broadcast partner. Did that one just come off the dome, or did you have that one in the pocket ready to go?
I've been waiting since the first period. I thought about it during intermission. As a broadcaster, you always gotta be thinking about things like that, and it's what keeps the people listening, right, Nick?
Certainly a entertainment value from my broadcast partner, Wyatt Draves, as he's been patient with that call. It's Connor Stratton now back out for Julian Sarny, who keeps it in play, but he's stripped. And back up go the Phoenix on a break, or on a 3-on-1 if they hurry, but there we see
great play by
the
Sarny
Phoenix
here.
out.
Sarny has really had a great period.
It's certainly been a very noticeable period for Julian Sarny here in the second frame as Jake Miller comes barreling up the ice. He's got Sarny on him. That shot into the bread basket of Bobby. Couldn't control the rebound. Miller now looks to get it set up. He's got his players with him. There's Bryce K looking for the tip in front. As the Snowmen now look to control.
There's our guy.
Here we see Dalton Foster, number 11 for the Snowmen once again, is certainly searching for that trick. Hasn't found it yet, but certainly time to get it here as the game goes on.
Yeah, you'd have to think
The
he's
Snowmen
he's gonna
now.
walk away with at least 3 today. I mean, he's getting to the right spots, he's capitalizing, he's finishing. So, thus far, maybe aside from Maduno, I think he's been one of the better players out there.
Certainly will not disagree with you there as the Snowmen once again get that top line out. Jackson, Maher, Sarney, and I believe they have somebody else running the point here now, not Connor Stratton anymore. Number 91 for the Snowmen, that's Cody Soda running the blue line for that top line as they look to send it back in. Jackson now after the puck. Jackson is stripped, couldn't maintain control of that. Maher now looking for it. Maher, nice play, but he's danced around, and out come the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what's different about ball hockey and with these rules, in a traditional game, I'd like to see Mayer probably lay a hit there and take the body away along the boards, but this is ball hockey, Nick, and you can't make that play.
Can't make that play. The term take a hit to make the play certainly doesn't apply to ball hockey, does it, Wyatt?
Fortunately not, but also with the lack of, protective gear these guys got on and their age and, probably lack of this sort of exercise in quite a few years, I understand it.
Certainly more players wearing helmets there, as there wasn't that many in the warm-ups, but just like the NHL, is about the only comparison we can make to the NHL. Certainly some players wearing fair protective gear during warm-ups. You see that with more veteran players of the NHL.
Yeah, I'm glad these
Is the
guys have
the
found their helmets. I was worried in the beginning there. I guess we just have a
Snowmen.
bunch of divas running around with no buckets and warm-ups. That's fine.
A shot from the blue line from Soda sails in. That save was made by Medino. They looked to get some pressure going from behind the net, but that puck is once again sent back down to the Snowmen zone as Bryce K is after it. He's one-on-one with Soda, sends the puck up, but not out. Torrillo now dances around, finds Bryce K. A save made by Boppy.
Great save.
We see now battling for it. Dalton Foster in front. Gets the puck or gets the ball going. He's dancing it up himself. Looking for the hat trick. Is checked. The ball then sails back out to the neutral zone, and there's the better role captain of the Phoenix, James Torrillo, looking to do this. And in the shot and the save made by Bobby.
That was an impressive shot, Nick. It seemed to almost warp around the defender there. Something sort of like a slider in baseball. That was something to behold.
It was certainly a beautiful play as Chalot sent dancing in around the defense for the Snowmen. Oh, Foster gets it going.
Secures the hat trick. There we go. Goal. Dalton Foster and the Snowman extend the lead to 2. He's undoubtedly player of the game thus far, wouldn't you agree, Nick?
You can certainly bet he's happy about that one, as that's also one that Maduno, I would imagine, would like to have back, as he was just slightly out of position there. He couldn't get the glove on that one.
Yeah.
The Snowmen now take a commanding 2-goal lead on the Phoenix.
Maduno wasn't in a great spot for that one there, and Foster made him pay. You'd like to see Maduno maybe come out of the net a little bit more, or at least play the angle a little bit more correctly, but, can't take them all back, Nick, and you'll just need to get some offense.
Certainly can't, as the Snowmen now lose the draw. But that's sent back in, couldn't clear past the blue line. The Snowmen looking to get it, but the Phoenix have control. The Phoenix now come barreling in. They're looking to get this game within 1 as that top line once again is out there. Torrillo was stripped by Sarney, who sends the puck up, and Maher, from the looks of it, is on his high horse going after that puck. Is Sarney now keeps that puck in the zone, or ball in the zone, and Maher behind the net. Maher now.
Quite the skill play by Sarney to keep that one in there.
Looks to get it out in front.
Is that a blocked shot there?
Save made. I think we had a blocked shot.
Surprised to see any of that thus far. I don't think a lot of these guys are willing to put their body on the line for this, but, some take it more seriously.
Certainly like to see the dedication from these players to give up the body to make the saves for their goaltender. Certainly helping him out as that top line of the Snowmen once again look to get to work. That puck is cleared down the ice. The Phoenix have 2-on-1. Shot from Bryce K goes wide. Phoenix still maintain control.
Scott Lawton-esque there to not exactly a breakaway, but to rely on the clap bomb to get separation, try to beat the goaltender up high, but Bobby makes a save.
We have certainly worked for Lottie as we have a breakaway here now. The shot and the save made by Meduno. The clap bomb 1-2 from the blue line certainly worked for Scott Lawton against the Detroit Red Wings, and his impressive 4-goal game is Chris Maher scores. And he's pumped up, and the Snowmen now lead this thing by 3. It is 6-3 Snowmen. The captain getting on the board.
Yeah, that's just great. Great hockey IQ, great positioning there by Mayer to be out in front in the slot, wait for the pass.
What a celly. What a celebration from the captain.
Got a dangerous line out there now for the Snowmen too, with Paul Jackson and Dalton Foster. If you're the
They
Phoenix, you
truly
got to
seem to have
try
a
and
lot of chemistry.
if you're the Phoenix here, you really got to try and slow things down. Don't let this get too out of hand, and I'd say get pucks deep and try to find some sustained offensive possession time.
Trying to find seam passes has also been a huge thing that the Phoenix are almost trying to force here now, and the Snowmen have just been all over defensive coverage-wise. As once again, the Snowmen now pick off a pass in the neutral zone. They control the puck as Foster sets it back into the Snowmen zone.
I don't know about you, Nick, but so far this second period has looked like the Phoenix are doing their best Philadelphia Flyers impression. Flyers known not to be super good in the second period so far this year, and it's been a rough one for the Phoenix.
No, they certainly had an all right second period, but certainly a Flyers-esque second period against the top teams in the NHL, those of Colorado Avalanche or the Dallas Stars. This is Phoenix now. Look to get this back. There's the captain, James Torrillo. He's looking to get his team back within 2. Torrillo makes the move. Sends that in on the backhand. That sails wide. Still controlled by the Phoenix. Blue line control. The shot in goes wide. Another shot from Bryce K this time. Pardon me, not Bryce K. The Phoenix now certainly pouring things on. Torrillo now digging for that puck. Bobby makes the save. Do we have a goal? Bobby's down. He's been down for a while now. He has the puck for the ball. It is a save. We still have a 6-3 Snowmen lead.
Paul Jackson puts
Bobby's
the crown
having a-
back on Bobby's little toque that he's been wearing, and you don't want your goalie's ears to get cold, especially in this weather. So that's a great, classy move by Jackson, and I'm sure Bobby will thank him at the end of this one.
Nope, your tendies out, folks. They do a lot of work. As the Snowmen now looking to get some work done on the other end, as that dangerous line once again goes to work.
And I hate to be too much of a critic here, Nick, but I'd like to see the Phoenix's defensemen get a little bit more involved in the play. The last offensive zone possession, they were very late to get into the zone, and they're not exactly jumping into the play at all or helping to sustain pressure, and that could be the difference here.
At this stage in the game, you'd like to see something like that because, well, it can't get any worse. You have to take risks in order to get some rewards here. I would certainly like to see the defenseman jump in and start maybe even driving plays. Sort of Jamie Drysdale, Rover type of a play. Certainly be what Phoenix need here.
Shades of Zach Werenski on his Norris campaign, one of those offensive-minded defensemen that jumps into the play, and boy, could the Phoenix use a Zach Werenski right about now as they move into their own zone. It's like even man advantage.
It's certainly a sight to behold on his Norris campaign as Bobby makes a desperation save, once again keeping his team in it. Wyatt, Bobby certainly got his legs about it since that first goal he gave up, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. And, looking back at it, that probably won't be a save that makes a highlight reel when you're sprawled out on your stomach like that. But those are the saves that you need to make to sort of relentless determination to not let that ball cross the goal line, and so far he's been a difference maker. I mean, the Phoenix have had opportunities, and Bobby has shut them down, and for that reason, the Snowmen maintain a 3-goal lead.
Certainly a timely save, which is what you want from your goaltenders, is that line once again, led by Bryce Kay, gets into the Snowman zone, but not for long as they send it right back down the ice. It's Chris Mayer is there. He's got Cerny in front with him. He looks for Cerny. That pass is picked off by the Phoenix, and that goes out. Phoenix now doesn't clear the zone. Here they go. Bryce Kay now barreling up the ice.
Great save bit there.
Once again, Connor Stratt
Numbers the other
getting
way.
the Snowman up the ice as he goes back up. He's got it on the forehand. Shot and the save made by Meduno.
Back
Back
and
goes
forth.
the Snowman, or the Phoenix now, as the ice is certainly opening up. And what a goal. Bryce Kay against the Phoenix within two. It is 6-4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have a game.
Put it on a plate there. That is a perfectly executed 2-on-1 wait, just enough for the goalie to commit to the shooter, pass it on over to your guy on the other side of the net, and finish with the 1T. That's textbook, Nick, and the Phoenix are rewarded.
Slams home on that pass. He certainly wasn't going to miss that one.
Boy, am I glad that he's wearing the GoPro, because, I mean, I'm not sure if we'll get to see it ever, but that'll be an awesome piece of footage. And you know, I've never been one for the GoPros, but to each their own. Bryce is a content creator after all, so I'm sure he owns about 6 GoPros.
Certainly stocked up on the GoPro. The GoPro cameras themselves, as we heard there, it's the last minute of play, is icy as the goal, and that brings the face-off into the Snowman zone. Another offensive zone draw here for the Phoenix could be exactly what they need if they manage to gain control, which they do, but not for long as the Snowmen clear. Right back down the ice it goes. Phoenix now looking to get themselves a late goal here, bring themselves within one before the start of the third period. Sending the puck down the ice now. Bryce Kay, and after the goal scorer for the goal that brought the Phoenix within two is Connor Stratton now, who's just been so good for the Snowmen in this game.
What an effort to keep
Been
that one
shut
in.
down.
Oh, and it's
Shut down G-Man when it's been needed. And now Cerny barrels up the ice, got Maher with him. Maher shred, gains it back, not for long. Into the corner it goes. And that'll do it for the second period. 30 minutes of play down. It's a 6-4 Snowmen lead.
It sure is hard to push Mayer off the puck there. I mean, that's just great body positioning and strength.
And we're getting set now for maybe the final frame, unless the Phoenix seem to mount themselves a Flyers-style third period comeback. There we see the score, 6-4 Snowmen. Wyatt, it's certainly been an entertaining game thus far. What do you think?
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I feel like we'd almost be being robbed of an experience if this one didn't go to overtime or even a shootout, really. Both teams have played very well. It's been even closer of a game than the score indicates thus far, and I think we're set for an exciting final frame.
The Phoenix there look to get themselves back within one, and Bobby once again sprawls out to make the glove save as they once again control the puck. Shot is sent in.
Slap shot from
And a goal from the blue line.
You know,
We didn't see the goal up here, but it's certainly a one-goal game now as the Phoenix's top line gets them within one. And that's certainly what you want your top line players to do, as that was Jake Miller, number 14 in red, who wires one behind the blue line. Bobby wasn't expecting it, possibly wasn't expecting it, and we have a one-goal game.
Yeah, Nick, we'll never know how that beat Bobby because the camera didn't catch it. We'll leave the audience to imagine what happened there. But if you're the Snowman, you really need to apply pressure there. I mean, he's not too far out of the zone, certainly not too far of a shot, especially with the clap bomb like that, and beats Bobby somehow, some way, and we have a one-goal game.
You certainly can't take your foot off the gas. You're the snowman here. You're certainly wanting to look to get more. As here, Paul Jackson sails up the rink, stick handles, looks to get himself in good position, a backhand bank pass. And the Phoenix send that one out of the zone. As the Snowmen now back to collect that. Certainly, possibly some colorful language being used by Chris Bobby, and that is that goal. Certainly one he'd like to have back. It's Jake Miller now. Behind his own net, Jackson pressuring. Miller's got Bryce K up on the wing. Does it himself. Gets the pass out to Bryce K, who sends it up the ice. He's going in. He's checked off the puck, but that pass goes to a Phoenix player. As the Snowmen now look to gain control, which they do. The Snowmen sail up the ice, but are stopped in neutral zone. The Phoenix have certainly managed to shut things down in the neutral zone towards the end of that second period, as we have a stick on the ice here now, and they're certainly plugging up the neutral zone plays thus far. It's another shot saved by Bobby.
Yeah, they're putting Bobby to the test here. That is consecutive shots sent his way. He's had to make some big saves to keep the lead intact for the Snowmen, and he's been up to the task thus far, but this sort of play isn't sustainable, would you say, Nick?
Now, that sort of play isn't sustainable, as we just saw. One-time blast from the blue line. Bryce K look to tie things up as the Phoenix once again come barreling in. The Phoenix now, another shot saved by Bobby. The Snowmen would in alive, but barely.
Yeah, this one's definitely been
Phoenix
up
now.
and down for the Phoenix, but they seem to have taken control of momentum thus far in the third period. They're in a good spot. You know, you don't want to force anything, but while you have the Snowmen hemmed in and on the ropes like they do, you definitely want to take some chances and try to see if you can't tie this one up.
This is the Snowmen now looking to get it out in front. Is that top line? Chris Mayers with the pass from the corner from Julian Cerny. The Snowmen were all over that one. Connor Stratton now back.
I'll tell you,
Gains control.
Maher has a knack for getting in front of the net, and you saw it there. He was there for the centering pass, and you know that's how
He's certainly the front of the net screen kind of a player that you definitely want on your team. And he certainly led the way on the offense for his team as captain. As we see here now, he's got himself not a clean break, sorry. Maher now, stick handles from the blue line, gets it in deep to Dalton Foster. Foster now, dangling his way. Sarnia of shot, save made by Meduno. Maher right back on it. How good has this line been?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Nick, that's line you want out there. Sarny has been great. Foster with the hat trick. Maher, great net front presence, and you know you can't ask much more. The Snowmen have really figured this one out here in the third period as we start to wind down this game. You know, they started in the third. It was rough. They came out flat, cold with the lead, and looks like they've sort of bolted it down here, and we're in a good spot. This one could go either way, really.
Foster again looked to break in, but he was stripped, and the Snowmen send it back deep. This time a pop fly from center ice is sent in deep, and the Phoenix control. Here we see Snowman captain Chris Maher unable to break up that pass as James Torrillo and Bryce K, the top line for the Phoenix, are out there. As Torrillo is all over the rebound. He's been all over the ice this evening too. He's been so good for his team, keeping them in S. Certainly some words in between periods to tell his team not to be disheartened, and they can still come back, and there's still very much a chance. As Jake Miller now, he's in, and Torrillo slams home the rebound. James Torrillo on cue. It's a tie game. We are tied at 6.
Yeah, and that play all stems from Jake Miller. Great play along the boards there to get the puck away from Chris Maher, and able to get it into the zone pretty much unscathed. Really just runs by two Snowman defenders, and beautiful pass there. I think that might have
Beautiful cross-seam pass.
behind Bobby's back through the crease. That's why he is on the men's U23 ball hockey national team, Miller. He has the skill to back it up.
We certainly saw that vision there as he spotted Torrillo for the cross-seam pass, and Snowmen now, we restart. Certainly, after giving them the 3-goal lead, you have to imagine the Snowmen are going to be wanting to press for more. They're going to have to come up big here, try and slow the Phoenix down. As Torrillo, another shot is stopped by Bobby. Here we have Paul Jackson now. Jackson looks to get himself back on the board as the Snowmen now pouring it on. The Phoenix send it up as James Torrillo dances his way into the zone. Another save made by Bobby. Offensive zone draw for the Phoenix. Torrillo now wins that back. Shot from the blue line. Bobby makes the save to stop that one. That was Boudreaux.
Smart decision there by Bobby. He's done that.
Smart decision. He had traffic in front.
Just cover that puck up, get a stop. Hope your boys can win a face.
Bobby just getting the 5-hole close as that ball sails out of the zone off the face-off win by the Phoenix, and here they come right back. Sarny, however, checks Torrillo off the puck. Sarny now looking over his options. Drop pass back. Sarny's set up on the play.
It's been a very clean game thus far, Nick. As I outlined in the rules before, a penalty in the third period results in an automatic penalty shot. We want to keep that in mind as the game comes to a close. I don't think we've seen a penalty thus far. These two teams have kept it fairly clean, but in a tie game like this, anything can happen, and you're going to want to stay out of the box as best as you can.
Well, for both goalies, here's hoping we didn't just jinx that, as penalty shots certainly wouldn't be something we want to see here.
Well, I mean, for
both teams go off for a line change.
For my own entertainment, Nick, I would prefer to see a couple penalties and penalty shots, but yes, I do resonate with Bobby and Meduno out there. I don't want them to look too silly.
Well, for us here in the broadcast booth, James, certainly our entertainment isn't the ones most people are going to be concerned about here. As a shot from the dot, a wicked wrister passes by Bobby, and the Phoenix now, after being down 6-3, now lead this thing 7-6 as Bryce K sends his team up 5-1. Patrick Laine-esque shot from the face-off circle there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play, and these Phoenix, they don't quit. It is now 4 unanswered goals for the Phoenix. They were down 6-3. They now lead 7-6. We're about 8 minutes remaining in the third period here, and boy, if you're the Snowmen, you're sitting on that bench and you're shaking a little bit. You're gripping your stick a little extra tight. Your goalie's a little more nervous, and this game has been flipped on its head.
Certainly a different looking Phoenix team than was in that middle frame. As we said, they were almost Flyers-esque with their flatness in that third period. And once again, just like the Flyers, they mount themselves a third period comeback. They'd certainly like to hang on to that now, as once again, they look to get things started from their side of the line. And that's obviously another offensive zone draw for the Snowmen. They'd certainly like to capitalize here.
Yes,
obviously with Maher, Foster, Sarny out there.
Huge zone draw. And they come up with it.
Sarny now the shot. Soda's there as well, manning the blue line. And shot from Foster. That's saved by the Juno. Maher now looks to chase after the puck. That's picked up by the Phoenix. And off they go. Almost up on a breakaway. The wraparound play. Bryce K once again looks to get himself and his team back up by 2 goals. That shot saved by Bobby. Is now Foster.
Textbook net minding.
And
Bobby looked good there.
Foster and Soda look to play catch with it, but the Phoenix once again come barreling up the ice. That play is stopped. Maher now up on the play. Foster collects the rebound. Didn't get very far. As that's sent back down to the corner in the Phoenix control.
Nick,
Phoenix now.
I hate to jinx our good friend Jake Meduno in net for the Phoenix, but at this stage of the game, you haven't seen a ton of work so far this third period, and that's where things could get ugly.
Or see veteran referee Ryan Frazier, of course, refed over 1,000 games in the American Hockey League. As Paul Jackson now comes bursting in. He's checked off the ball. The Phoenix theme session once again. The Phoenix now. Torrillo in on the puck, battling for it. The venerable Phoenix captain looking to get his team back up within 2.
You can always tell it's Torrillo with
That-
that lime green stick tape he has there on. It's certainly a choice.
I certainly hadn't noticed the stick tape, but I'm certainly noticing it now. It was the hoodie I could picture him by, but the stick tape maybe is a little bit of an easier identification tool, I guess you could say, as Maher sends a shot in. Hard blast from the blue line as Paul Jackson looks to get all over it. And the Phoenix once again send it out to the neutral zone. Torrillo dances around Soda. Couldn't get past the defense of the Snowmen as Maher and Jackson look to pair up for a goal here. Torrillo straights Jackson. Torrillo now out behind his own net. Maher's checking in. Pressure on. It's Torrillo now. Skates it up. Runs it up. Phoenix, Torrillo looks for the shot, hesitates, sends it into the corner. The Snowmen control.
You know, Nick, Maher and
Another
Torrillo
trans.
have both really looked good in this third period, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your captains is hard work in the final frame and fight for your team. As Bobby sprawls out
And the
and
Phoenix,
another goal.
once again, they are up by 2 after being down by 3. They made it all the way back and now lead this thing 8-6.
That's a tough.
That
goal
top
for
line
Bobby
again to the
there.
Phoenix going to work. It's a tough one for Bobby to give up. Looked like he had it.
That's just so unfortunate when that ball bounces off your pads and it just keeps going back to the opposing team. There's not a ton you can do there. As you can see, Bobby's sprawled out on his stomach to make the first few initial saves, but inevitably, Phoenix extend their lead to 2 as we approach 4 minutes remaining. JJ would say this is a Toyota RAV4 minutes to play. Unfortunately, we're not sponsored like NBC Sports Philadelphia, but maybe someday.
We can only hope to be just like Jim Jackson and Brian Boucher. Is once again Bryce Hay in all alone.
What a save.
Save made by
Still not
Bobby.
coming
What
in,
a
no.
save there. The backhand.
Wow.
Bobby once again comes up huge, keeping this a 2-goal game and hopefully being able to keep his team in this.
Yeah, when we look back, that might be a difference maker in the game should the Snowmen come back and score a few goals here. That just shows, wow, how much that ball moves. It's so hard to corral if you're a netminder. Bobby finds a way, keeps this a 2-goal deficit.
Just like we were saying earlier, Wyatt, timely saves at timely moments from your goaltenders. That's what wins games. Stratton now gets it out to Torrillo. Torrillo back for Stratton. Pass off the shot, and they score.
What a play. What
The
great
Snowmen
vision.
had made this a 1-goal game. What
Who
a
else?
play there.
Number 11, Dalton
Who
Foster.
else? And Dalton Foster gets himself back on the board.
4
Is that his third or his fourth goal of this game, Wyatt? I think it's his fourth.
Yeah, and that's great vision there by Connor Trent to find him down low. Foster has had no problem finishing thus far today. He scores his 4th for the Snowmen. That's very impressive thus far. I wasn't familiar with Dalton Foster before today, but I don't know. He might maybe I'll Dalton Foster person someday when he never really makes it to the American Ball Hockey Championship or whatever it is that is.
Well, certainly having over half your team's goals is going to help with his confidence there. As once again, he's up on the play, looking to get the Snowmen, looking to get this game back even for the Snowmen, I should say, as Bobby makes the glove save there. Sarny now on that puck. Julian Sarny skates it up on his own. Gets the puck in deep, is tripped. No call.
Yes,
The Phoenix
like that.
now. No, the Snowmen certainly don't like that. They thought it should have been a penalty. Honestly, to be honest with you, Wyatt, I thought it should have been a penalty, but here we are.
Yeah, if I'm being honest with you, I
But once
wasn't
again,
paying attention, and I can't comment on whether or not that was a penalty. I was looking at something to my right here, but as long as you're watching, Nick, that's all that really matters.
oh, my play-by-play broadcast partner, Wyatt Draves, for you ladies and gentlemen, as the top line for the Snowmen are back out there looking to get to work. Stratton, Maher, Jackson looking to get to work. Is Stratton now in on the ball, looking over his options. Sends it out front. That save made by Meduno, and the Phoenix are off on a 2-on-1. Stratton gets back, clears it up, 2-on-2. That ball doesn't get far.
Yeah, you'd have to think both teams here are going to rely on their top lines, as you see Mayer and Stratton out there for the Snowmen. That's why they get paid the big bucks, Nick. 11 G's right here. Mayer just thinks an extension, probably.
You certainly would think he'd sign an extension after this, and still might look to keep their captain, but who are we to judge on that? We're just the ones who didn't get the invite but got in the broadcast booth.
I've never gotten bogged down by the financials of any team, as the Snowmen call it.
The Snowmen now are calling a timeout, looking to get this game tied, send it to overtime possibly, as we see Mayer trying to drop a play now. I believe they're going to pull Bobby 5-on-4 here.
Great choice.
Certainly what it looks like.
Looks like
We see their venerable
those Westchester boys out there. Sarney and Stratton. Jackson will stay out there. We'll see who comes in as the extra attacker here, but this is certainly a potent line for the Snowmen that they have out there, and the Phoenix will really have to be careful.
And they will pull the goalie. It's 5-on-4. Stratton, Mayer, Jackson. That top line once again looking to go to work as the Phoenix clear the ball out, and it goes wide. That'll be icing on the Phoenix. And if you're the Phoenix, you really don't want to ice this puck too much. You're giving this top line of the Snowmen chance after chance to win this game. As Stratton now center ice. Stratton looks over his options, brings it back into his own zone. You don't want to get too lackadaisical as well if you're the Snowmen. Give the Phoenix time to make a play, check you off the ball, and maybe even send it into the empty net. Stratton now winds it in, doesn't get it deep, fired from the blue line. And I believe that ball didn't make it as Jackson wires one in. Stratton now passes the puck. Jackson and Mayer in front.
Set up.
Sarney now.
Hemmed in.
Mayer gets it. The Phoenix are hemmed in. The Snowmen have certainly been pouring it on here, looking to get the tying goal. This Mayer now from the corner gets it back out to Stratton. Stratton walks the blue line, fires in, and scores. Connor Stratton from the blue line scores to tie this up.
I was just about to mention to you, Nick, there's a lot of bodies in front there, a lot of traffic in front, and I was hoping somebody would make a play, and it turns out to be Stratton sending that one in deep on net. Tough play for the goaltender to make. Boy, it doesn't even look like Meduno saw that one. Might have had a deflection in front, but nonetheless, this game is tied at 8 with 1:03 remaining in the third period.
Just over a minute left to play. There your last minute play in the third period is the Phoenix and Snowmen now look to get this. The Phoenix now come barely on the ice. James Torrillo, you wouldn't want to have anyone else out there as Bryce K sends one in. Another shot sent in. That's picked off, and Cerny now sends his line barreling up the ice. Foster now, he's checked off the ball.
Down, Nick. Can't be playing this.
There comes Bryce K. Bryce K now looks to get it out. Torrillo, backhander. That doesn't get very far as the Snowmen come barreling back up as Torrillo is checked off the ball.
Oh. See, that's a play I don't like there. You want to slow that down. You don't want to force something. You're stuck with his draw in your D zone.
That top line for the Snowmen back out there to close out this game. Bryce K now barreling down. That's another icing. The Snowmen really want to capitalize here as Maher's out there with Stratton.
Who else?
We see there
Maher.
that top line once again.
Who would you rather have out there than Maher and Stratton right now, Nick? That is
Exactly. As the Phoenix send a pop fly to center ice into the zone, and that'll do it. We have a tie game thus far, 8-8.
Couldn't have scripted this one any better, Nick, and we're heading to extra time.
And 45 minutes wasn't enough to settle it. We got ourselves overtime here now. And the Snowmen look to get this ended really quick. At that top line, once again, Stratton, Jackson, Maher, and Sarnier looking to get this thing over with as quickly as possible. Phoenix out, looking to win this one after climbing back from a 6-3 deficit. Stratton now controls the puck behind his own net. Stratton looking for a pass. He's got Jackson and Maher up the rink. Passed it out. Maher now. Maher winds into the zone. Phoenix look to gain back control.
This is what I like.
3-on-3 overtime.
Both teams trying to slow it down, set something up. Not like the unstructured play we saw at the end of the third period where back and forth, transition chance after transition chance. With a heavy risky run and playing the game like this, I'd say you have better odds.
You certainly don't want to get too crazy with it. As Jackson now backhands a ball into the Phoenix zone. Puck control once again by the Phoenix as they look to get things cooking here.
That is
or by the Snowmen, sorry.
There, by the way, Nick already has 4 goals on the day. Number 5 would be the game.
How sweet would it be if he could seal his 5th and end it for his team in overtime here? As that shot from the point said high and wide, and that'll stop fire.
I sure do feel bad for whatever poor soul has to go out there and grab that ball, Nick, because let me tell you, I would hate to have to chase after a little orange ball like that.
I would as well. As that top line for the Phoenix now, they lose the draw, and it's Foster in all alone. Foster the shot, and he soars. Dalton Foster, once again, his 5th goal of the game, seals it for the Snowmen as they win the inaugural Rink Rat Games 9-8 after blowing a 6-3 lead. All's well that ends well.
Yeah, and who else would it be, Nick? It's Dalton Foster that secures the game winner. He's got 5 goals on the day. Has been a force to be reckoned with in the offensive zone for the Snowmen. Undoubtedly, player of the game.
As we see the post-game handshakes from the team, what an effort from both sides, especially the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's got to be heartbreaking if you're the Phoenix. You score 4 unanswered goals and climb back into this one, and ultimately you come up short. But there's so much to walk away with this. Of course, there are no moral victories in the Winter Classic, but you got to at least acknowledge the work that was done by these guys in red.
And this is what it's all about at the end of the day. We are sports aficionados and athletes. All of us want to know it's about sportsmanship at the end of the day. And you just love to see both teams high-fiving each other.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Nick. And that'll do it for the 2025 Rink Rat Inaugural Winter Classic. The Snowmen come out victorious 9-8. And if I had to pick a player of the game, Nick, I think you'd have a good guess as to who it would be.
Well, if you were me picking player of the game, I wouldn't have it any other way. Number 11, Dalton Foster, 5 goals on the evening. He was all over the ice from the start of the game till the end of the game and opened the scoring and ended the scoring for the Snowmen. And from all of us here at Maher Media, I've been Nik Roche. We thank you for tuning in and joining us for the inaugural Rink Rat Winter Classic between Phoenix and the Snowmen. Thanks for joining us.